Hello, hello, and welcome. Welcome to Zero to Shero Lessons for Success. And we have an amazing woman in the house today. I'm going to share out to our social media the fact that we are interviewing right now this amazing woman, Michelle Hollinger. So bear with me as I do that. But while I do that, I want to let you guys know a little bit about me and a little bit about her. This is technically our second show, but really our first show about this message. Now, for those of you who don't know me, I am Ann Charlius of SheroRising. My clients call me the mogul maker, the wealth creator, and the queen of cash flow. And we have decided to create this on a Monday night, this Zero to Shero show, to help female entrepreneurs take a Monday night pause and actually get empowered, get inspired to actually thrive and soar. And so we're so excited. You're going to be able to catch us Monday nights at 9:30 p.m. You can catch us on Facebook. You can catch us on Periscope. And of course, the iHeartRadio app. And if you are local, if you are in Boca Raton, Pompano Beach, Deerfield Beach area, all the way as far south as Aventura, you can actually catch us on traditional radio. It is 1470 AM and 95.3 FM. So enough about that. Now that we've taken care of that, let's talk about this amazing guest. Michelle, welcome.
Hey, thank you.
She is the publisher of Sisterhood magazine. You see it right here. Listen. You guys know I keep it real and 100. Some people like it. Some people love it. The ones that don't, bye boo bye. But let me tell you, what I love about this is not just any online magazine. There are 1,000,001 online magazines. Here's the reality. Not only is it online, it also is a physical magazine, and I love that. And she does not come to the table unproven. She has a long background of experience. And so I just have to say she's amazing. She's an author, a host, an editor, a sociologist, a filmmaker. Yes, I bring you only the best. So thank me later. Tip me as you exit at the end of this segment. But welcome, Michelle. Can you please tell us more about you?
More about me. Well, thank you for that wonderful introduction. That is so freaking awesome. I'm like, who are you talking about? Yeah, I am, I'm an empty vessel, and I allow the divine to pour through me. Mm-hmm. And so I eventually embraced all these different talents that I've been blessed with.
Wonderful.
Born in Newark, New Jersey, raised in Miami, Florida, proud graduate of Miami-Jackson Senior High School.
Woo-woo!
I am a graduate of Florida State University.
Yes, love it.
And I am just determined to leave here empty. I am determined to use every single ounce of talent and skill that I've been blessed with to allow that to express. And this publication is my baby right now. We're celebrating our 1-year anniversary.
Congratulations.
This month. Yes. True labor of love. And to say that I'm excited about what is coming down the pike for year 2 is a true understatement. So yeah, I'm really excited, really excited about publishing this amazing publication, because it's a reflection of the sisterhood synergy that is going on in South Florida that we really just tapped into and provided a nice, real safe space, a good forum for spotlighting women who understand the significance of sisterhood.
I absolutely love that.
Yes.
She is, if you guys don't know me, I want you to know she is like my spirit animal. She is the person that I always want to be when I grow up, because she truly understands what sisterhood is. Yeah. Now, the name of the show is Zero to Shero. Mm-hmm. Okay. Not that we believe anyone is a zero, but we all have those moments where we feel like we're a zero. Of course, it's a lie.
Absolutely.
But we all have those moments. So what has been your zero moment?
I had a couple this past year with this publication, because there were moments where, I wasn't real sure that, women would get behind it in a way that would lead to its success. Mm-hmm. There were times where I wondered whether businesses would really take the big step and advertise with us because we were a newbie.
Absolutely.
There were times where I just, I just got really kind of down on myself about, just whether it was going to be a success or not. And I kid you not, every single one of those times, I either got a text, an email, or a telephone call from a reader who talked about the impact that the publication has had on her life. Every single time. And so I knew that was a sign, that was a divine sign that I might get tired and a little weary. I may consider throwing in the towel, but this is bigger than me. This is way bigger than me. And it's not just about, my comfort zone. And during those so-called zero moments, the tendency or the urge was to kind of shrink back into the comfort zone and to do what was safe.
Get out of the comfort zone.
What? No. It's I'm way beyond that now. Way beyond the comfort zone. So it was those times where I felt, maybe, I need to be doing something else. But each time I got a reminder that nope, not even possible. Got to keep it moving.
Absolutely. And, we all have it.
Right.
Whether you're Oprah Winfrey or in your first year of business,
Yes.
or maybe you're in year 20, you always have those moments where you think, can I go any further? Can I take that next step? And isn't it amazing that God is available to us, and that those people do send you that text, that email. Listen, the past 2 weeks, I've gotten emails of good news right at the right time, where I was just about to pull my hair out. So thank you so much for sharing that. Now, we've heard about your zero moment. Please share with us your Shero moment, because we don't say hero. We are female entrepreneurs, okay? What was your Shero moment in business?
Shero moment for me came during a meditation. I pray and meditate every single day. And probably a few months ago, I can't remember the exact date, it's probably in my gratitude journal somewhere. But just during meditation, it just became so crystal clear to me the significance of this publication. Again, that is way bigger than me, and that I'm walking in purpose, and that there's a level of divine energy that was available to me, and that I just had to say yes to it. I wasn't sure what was going to happen next. I wasn't sure how this publication was going to continue moving forward, but I knew that it would. And so there came, it was this intangible experience that I couldn't put my finger on, but my soul resonated with it so deeply that I just knew that everything was going to be cool. I knew that we were going to get to the end of year one, and I knew that going forward, year two was going to be off the chain. I had a presentation at a real estate office one day, and I said that to them in the presentation. I said, I have no idea what's going to happen in year two. I have no idea what's coming down the pike, but I know that it's coming, and you might want to hop on now while you can afford me because year two is going to be off the chain. I just knew it. And I know it now.
And it's so interesting because that first year is tough. I mean, the years to come are going to have its own issues, concerns, obstacles, opportunities. But that first year is a tough year. And that's where most people give up. They give up. And so knowing that you have reached a place where you've leaped into your second year, what are 3 business lessons that you can share with the audience? Business lessons that you've learned over the course of this past year?
One would be accepting what you don't know.
You guys listening in radio, because I'm very animated. I just threw my hands in the air and I waved them like I don't care.
Right?
Because absolutely, repeat that one more time.
Accepting what you don't. There is such tremendous strength in that. Accepting what you don't know. We don't know everything. We each have our lane. We each have our lane, and I've learned to stay in my lane and accept what I don't know. And then the other thing that comes along with that, when you can, it takes courage. It takes courage to accept that. And when you do, the person that you need who does know what you don't know, they appear. They appear into your life. Right?
Absolutely.
Extremely, extremely powerful. Extremely powerful.
It's very difficult. It's very difficult for the universe to work on your behalf if you're no longer being honest with yourself.
Yes.
You're no longer saying what you do know and standing in the power of what you do know. Because I
Right.
believe in standing in that power.
Oh, yes.
But then when you don't know something, go ahead and say, you know what, I don't know. It doesn't make you less than.
Right.
It means that, okay, I need to either find someone or learn this. Preferably find someone, because we live in such a fast business world nowadays that to learn something may take 10,000 hours, and by that time that rage, that trend is gone, and you've missed the bus. So what are two other lessons from business?
Another lesson that I learned is toughening up my skin. You have to be willing to take constructive criticism. I can spot the trifling criticism a mile away. And so
She said trifling criticism.
I don't deal with the trifling criticism, but if it's constructive,
She said trifling
Yes.
criticism. Okay, I'm going to steal that. I like that.
yeah, if it's trifling, I really don't have time for it. And I haven't, I really have not had, too many experiences dealing with trifling criticism. But the constructive criticism, I welcome it. Oh my God, I welcome it, because sometimes you're so close to your baby that you can't really see where you have opportunities to grow. And someone from the outside looking in, they can see that for you. They can see that better than you can. And so, just being willing to accept some constructive criticism from someone that you trust,
Right.
and that has your best interest at heart.
Absolutely.
It's a huge thing, for your business, because otherwise you can't grow. You just kind of stay stuck in, what's familiar to you, what's comfortable, and you're just kind of, running around in that circle when the good stuff is on the outside of it. When you can accept that constructive criticism, you can take a deeper, more introspective look at what's really going on, and then what you need to move forward, it shows up. It shows up.
And it's not easy. I love that you said thicken up the skin, because it's never going to be completely easy
Right.
to hear your baby talked about like that. But it's so important. Like, you think about it in more traditional terms. I know people who are dance teachers who send their children to another dance instructor, because sometimes we're not the best person to work on our idea and our baby. For example, medical doctors, they tell them it's not a good idea to work on your family members.
Right.
It's too close to home. You're not going to be able to think logically and strategically like you would if it was someone else's family member, versus when it's so close to home. So thank you for sharing that.
Yes,
What's the third business lesson?
Third business lesson is being willing to think bigger. To think bigger. You get into the grind, and especially that first year, it's about survival. It's about, getting from 1 month to the next, right?
1 month to the next. let's stay alive.
Right. But then, the opportunity to see your baby go beyond what you initially planned for it is a true blessing, and it's something that has to resonate within you. I don't think that, within the first 3 to 6 months, I was ready to think that it could be bigger, that we could possibly even consider going outside of the zip code, and doing some bigger things. But, as I turned the corner after that 6 month, and started moving to month 9, and I could see the light at the end of the tunnel as far as getting through the first year. Thinking bigger, is a gift. It's a true gift, because the sisterhood synergy that I saw in existence in South Florida that we tapped into, it's not exclusive to South Florida.
Absolutely.
There are women everywhere who this message will resonate with, because they're ready for it.
Absolutely.
So, yeah,
and I know
bigger.
I know in September you have brand ambassadors that are going to be coming on board, and the sisterhood message is going to reach all corners of the world.
Yes.
So it is exciting time. It really is an exciting time to talk about sisterhood. And you're absolutely right. Get out of that zip code.
Yes.
I think that's probably one of the first things you remember I said
Yes.
when we first met, because I am like the biggest advocate of doing that, because how can you make impact on a grand scale if you're still in your zip code?
Yes.
And there is no vision, I believe, that has been laid in your heart that is exclusive to a zip code.
Absolutely.
There are hurting people. There are people that need healing all over. There are people that need sisterhood
Yes.
all over. And so, yeah, you can't restrict yourself to that
Absolutely.
zip code. That
Yes,
zip
goodness.
code is a form of chains and slavery, okay, I tell you. So we've talked about your 3 business lessons. What are 3 life lessons? Because oftentimes, at least my experience in business has been, a lot of what we learn in business is telling you something true about what should be going on in your life.
Yes, yes, yes. One big life lesson for me is that I am far more brilliant than I had given myself credit for. And a man can say that, and nobody looks at them like they're crazy or that they're being conceited or
Absolutely.
arrogant. But when
Absolutely.
we say it, there's some things that we kind of have to unpack for people. I'm over that. I have nothing to do with my brilliance. God made me this way. And so, stepping into it has been a huge gift for me. When I realized in retrospect the number of different things that I have to do each month in order to get this publication together, you know, it takes a level of brilliance to be able to pull it together and make it happen every month.
And execute and distribution.
Yes.
You have the logistics
Yes.
element. You have the advertisers. You
Yes.
have the cover. You have so many moving parts.
Absolutely.
And I'm so glad that you said step into your brilliance. Just for a moment, I just want to let the listeners know, let the watchers, hello, social media and live streaming. How can they get this? How can they participate in this? Tell them how they can find you really quick. Let's just take a little bit of a break and look how beautiful. Can I share something?
Yes, you can.
One of the first things that I love about this magazine, if I do say so myself, is the fact that she's doing this pop art. What are you guys calling this? Is it pop art or what?
It's a sketch.
Sketch, cartoon effect. This, for me, it jumped out at me.
Yeah.
Because it's not the traditional glossy Photoshop to perfection look.
Right.
So I love this. And then the newspaper feel. You talked about the newspaper feel. Please share with the audience why you chose this newspaper feel for the magazine, and then tell them where they can find it.
Okay. Well, I chose the newspaper field because I have this infatuation with newspaper. I'm a former editor of 2 different newspapers, the Miami Times and the South Florida Times. And I've just always had an infatuation with newsprint. And with this publication, I just knew that it would just be beautiful. It would be different, with the newsprint, but with the magazine content. And so after the first issue came out and I saw it, I was like, oh my God, I was right. It is. It's so freaking awesome. Where they can find it. They can find it online. They can find it at thesisterhood.life. They can go to thesisterhood.life to subscribe to the online publication. And then the print copy, they can get it at the African American Research Library. They can get it at Florida Memorial University. There are a number of different distribution sites that are not coming into my mind right now.
But go to the website.
Yeah.
Say the website one more time for them.
Thesisterhood.life. And there's actually a listing on the website of all the different distribution sites.
Absolutely. So
Yes.
that's wonderful. So let's talk about life lessons.
Yes.
What are the life lessons?
Another life lesson for me was to really kind of embrace this sisterhood obsession that I had. And I've had it for a very, very long time. And the publication kind of helped me to articulate the obsession because it's been there. I've always, had this thing about being able to support other women, to cheer them on genuinely from a sacred space. And the publication just really helped me to really dive into that in a really sacred and beautiful way. And what it's done for me is the boomerang effect of sisterhood.
Yes.
Because every relationship has a boomerang effect, but and sisterhood is no different. Sisterhood's boomerang effect says that the energy that I have for myself, the sisterhood of self, the SOS
I love that.
that I engage in with myself, it informs how I attract other women into my space. It determines who those women are. And so to see the amazing women that I have in my life now, the Ann Charlies's of the world.
Thank you. Thank you.
It just really helped me to articulate what sisterhood means to me in my life, and to be able to put a finger on it, as I look at these women and I exchange with these women. So it's helped me to embrace sisterhood at an even more deep level than I ever had before.
I think that's you and I. That's where our connection is, because my company is called SheroRising, not Hero Rising, because I am also obsessed with sisterhood and supporting other women. And I love the fact of the SOS. Say that again for the audience. We need shirts that say that, because I absolutely love it.
We will get them. Sisterhood of self. The sisterhood of self. Essentially what it says is that sisterhood collectively is informed by sisterhood individually. The way that I treat myself, the way that I take my dreams and goals seriously, the sense of urgency that I place on my own life to create the life of my dreams, it informs how I interact with other women. It informs whether I'm able to celebrate another woman's success or not. It informs what I want for her, because it's a reflection of what I want for myself. So the sisterhood of self is where it all begins. That's where it all begins.
And we need to do more self-care.
Oh, yeah.
We need to do more loving on ourselves. Yes. I like this concept called mirror work. I don't know if you've ever heard of mirror work, but I love me some, when I first heard of it, I'm like, that is insane. But I absolutely do believe in the concept of loving on yourself and hugging yourself. In fact, my fiance, when we first started dating, he would say, do you know that you hug yourself a lot? And I'm like, yes, because listen, if no one's going to give me a hug, I'm going to give myself a hug. Excuse me, that's right. Audience, I hit the microphone. My apologies. But I'm going to give myself a hug.
Yes.
And it's okay. It's okay to love on yourself.
For sure, for sure.
Now, fear is real.
Oh, yeah.
And fear comes in a lot of different forms. Can you state some of the forms that you see fear coming in business from, and how do you overcome it?
Fear. Oh, wow. First of all, I have to confess that I used to be the president of the Let Fear Stop You in Your Tracks Club. I used to be the president, right?
Right.
And I had to, navigating fear for me is an inside out job. Okay. As long as I stayed focused on what was going on in my life externally, or trying to accomplish certain dreams and goals by starting with the dream or the goal, then I met up against obstacles that pushed me back into my small space. When I determined, or when I realized that overcoming fear for me is an inside out goal, my spiritual development went to an even deeper level, right? I've been on a spiritual journey for a couple of decades now, right? But I had not made the connection between my spirituality and navigating fear. When I realized that, okay, this has to be an inside out job. This has to include some introspection on my part. This has to include me really looking at who I am. Who is Michelle Hollinger? How did I get to a point where I allowed fear to have such a strong hold on me? So I had to look at some childhood things. I had to look at some things that happened to adolescent. I had to look at how this fear accumulated before I could start to dismantle it. But I couldn't dismantle it on my own. I had to dismantle it from a spiritual perspective. And so the deeper I went from a spiritual perspective, the easier. And fear still shows up, but I'm the boss. Fear doesn't tell me what to do anymore. I tell fear.
BOSS.
Oh, yeah. I tell fear what to do.
And I love that you said this, because fear never goes away completely. Oh, no. We're human beings. Yeah. At least, if you're not on some type of prescription or whatever, fear is real in your life. Right. And there's a place for fear.
Oh, yeah.
But it's about mastering the fear. It's about not letting it control your decisions. So I love, love, love that you said that. And I work with entrepreneurs, female entrepreneurs, and I have to say, one of the biggest money blockers, client blockers for them is this notion of fear. Some of them are fearful of success, and some of them are fearful of failure.
Right.
And for me, my whole life, I never understood, how could you be afraid of success? Isn't that what we're all working for? But now that I, in this past year, started seeing success for myself, I now know why some people are afraid of success, because guess what? With success come haters.
Right.
With success comes trolls. With success comes fear of digressing back. because now that you've reached this level, you can't lose that level, right? So I love the fact that you are telling people in general, not just female entrepreneurs, that it really is an inside out job.
Yes.
I absolutely love that. And at the end of the day, if you were speaking to your younger self, if you were giving your younger self the personal message, whether even if it's, when I say younger self, it can be a year ago younger self or your 9-year-old self, however you want to interpret that.
Yeah.
What bit of personal advice would you give yourself to help you get through the struggle, what I call the struggle bus, to go from zero to Shero?
Right. You know what? The message that I would give to my younger self would be, thank you, girl. Thank you. You did the best with what you had. You are a survivor. You endured some stuff that would have knocked some other people flat on their behinds. You discovered some things about yourself along the way. And yeah, you used to beat yourself up. But I see now where every single experience that you had helped you become the awesome woman that you are today. So, girl, thank you. Thank you for standing in the truth the best way you knew how, every step along the way. Thank you. Thank you for surviving. Thank you for realizing that there was something in you bigger than any experience that you could possibly have.
Wow.
Thank you for walking into Miami-Jackson Senior High School and attracting to you friends and teachers who just loved on you in a way that you needed at that time. Thank you for having the courage to venture off to Tallahassee and to earn your degree in sociology at Florida State University. Thank you. Thank you, girl. You did the doggone thing. Thank you.
You did that. Yes, you did. Wow. Thanking you. That is amazing. You know, we talk about gratitude and we think about other people, but thanking ourselves, that is a different spin.
Yes.
That was like a poem. She's also a poet. I want you guys to know. So listen, don't try it at home. You're not going to be able to free flow like that. So, you know, our 30 minutes have flown by.
Are you serious?
Yes. It has gone by that quickly. And that's what happens when sisterhood and consciousness and staying woke, being woke, and encouragement and love and support comes together.
Yeah.
It literally flies by.
Yes.
One more time, let's let them know where they can find your amazing magazine. The website again?
thesisterhood.life. thesisterhood.life.
thesisterhood.life. And if you are a female entrepreneur, if you know of a female entrepreneur, don't forget to share this message. We're going to be here on Monday nights at 9:30. Share us out on Facebook. If you are looking for help as a female entrepreneur, text the word Shero. That's SHERO. That's SHERO to 77948. You may be feeling like you're a zero right now, but trust from us that this too shall pass and you can become a Shero. See you next time. Bye-bye.
The opinions expressed on the preceding sponsored program were strictly those of its hosts, guests, and callers, and not necessarily those of this station, its staff, management, or sponsors.
1470 AM and 95.